So the GoPro Karma was recently announced, and I thought that was really cool, and I was thinking of getting rid of my drone and maybe getting that and upgrading to that. But just like even more recently, the Mavic by DJI was released or announced, and holy crap. Okay, so today's vlog is going to be a little different. Well, maybe not so different, but it's going to be a little drone heavy. They recently announced a DJI Mavic, and then GoPro announced the drone also, and I was leaning towards the GoPro, but then this big press conference came out, the DJI Mavic, it just sort of pushed the GoPro out. Dogs. I'm going to show you my drone, which is a Blade Chroma, and then I'm going to go over to the new house and do some things over there and just wrap it all together and mess with the editing. And I'm editing right now, and it's sort of all over the place, but like I said, it is a little drone heavy, my excitement for this new drone. This is the current drone I use now. This is a Blade Chroma. And what I like about it is that it completely breaks down and fits into a regular sized backpack. I still think the Karma looks really cool, and the gimbal that comes off and is usable for other options is great, but it's also for sale by itself. So I can buy that in visually if I need it to go with the GoPro I already have and still get the Mavic. Win-win. I don't know exactly how this happened, but broke my micro SD card, so I'm headed off to go get a new one. Deep down inside of me, I feel it come out of me. I spill it out the tear, drowning into fear. That was almost really, really bad. I was about to leave and not have this with me. This is my lifesaver today. I'm late as hell meeting Gina at the new house to help move things and get things cleaned up, and she asked me to remember this one thing, and well, I was leaving without it, and I had to turn around and get it because this is going to keep me from being in the doghouse. Can't get over how cool that Mavic looks. God, man, this thing looks so awesome. It's smaller than the camera setup I'm using right now to film this. It has all the features of the Phantom 4. It smokes my Chroma out of the water. I am just so excited to check this thing out, and the Karma by GoPro, it had me interested, but I was more interested for the gimbal and the new GoPro than I was the actual drone. I think I'm going to tell Gina that I forgot to bring her coffee creamer, just to see the reaction on her face for like half a second. Okay, I've got it hidden. Let's see if you can see it. Let's see what happens.
Go get the creamer. You brought the creamer. I know you brought the creamer because I told you before you walked out, if you don't have fucking creamer, you go to the goddamn grocery store right now.
Huh?
Is it in your pocket? Oh, why is it in your pants?
Really? It wasn't under my boxers.
Fart if you farted.
I did not fart on your creamer.
Yeah, it gets stuck.
I've got almost every video game console since like Sega and up. So I need to go through and decide which ones I want to keep, which ones I really don't need anymore, which ones I'm just collecting to collect. Not to mention all my band stuff. Oh, yeah, my band stuff. For those who don't know, I was the frontman, lead singer for The Abyss. I still do music under that name. Although my life has been so crazy for the last year, I haven't had time to do music under that name. I've done a few songs and I haven't finished them to the point that I can release them to the public. The Abyss, what can I say about the people I've worked with and the shows I've gotten to play? You know, as a kid, I never would have thought that I'd open and share the same stage with some of my childhood favorite bands. For example, Public Image Limited, PIL. We opened for Johnny Rotten. I mean, Johnny Rotten, dude. I'm not trying to brag, but I never in a million years thought I would share the stage with Johnny Rotten. I mean, between The Cure and PIL and The Doors, those three bands really shaped a lot of my life and who I am today. And those were great. And then, of course, the band sort of fell apart. But now it's just me, and my life has been so all over the place. Band's not dead because I'm still alive.
It's a story about the typical couple that you'd see on the street that reminds you of Wally and the Bee.
I've decided to put some clips from my band The Abyss in here. I really miss my band and the guys I used to play with. Such a cool experience. If you're interested and you want to see more, check out the link in the description below. Make sure you subscribe and then go through my channel. There's a ton of videos posted up of the band playing and stuff. So those are the silk screens from t-shirts that I used to make for The Abyss. I never farmed our stuff out. I always made them myself. I don't know, it made sense to do something. If you can do it, why don't you do it? Alright, I still can't believe I broke this damn SD card. The only difference I can see between the two is one comes with editing software. Ooh, drones. New memory card. Goal achieved. you're not from Texas, or, well, I guess it's not just Texas, but if you haven't been to Whataburger, it's sort of a Texas, it's really a Texas thing, but I'm not sure how far out of Texas they are now, actually. I'll have to look that up. I'll see what I can figure out. It's a pretty good fast food burger. It gets a lot of praise as one of the best burgers, but it's a good fast food burger. It's not like it's really the best burger. And I'm probably gonna get a lot of heat from that. Yeah, let me get a Bindi straw. The drinks come out cold from the CO2 machine, so a small with no ice, it's plenty of drink. Thank you very much. You have a great day. It's crazy to think that in another month or so, whenever it's released, the new DJI, instead of having a big backpack, and this is a small backpack. This is so small. The Blade Chroma fits, everything fits in a pretty small backpack. There's no need for the large foam inserts on like a Phantom or even an X-Star Premium. The Chroma fits in a small backpack. The new DJI Mavic fits in an even smaller. If you took and just sort of cut that, I mean, how awesome is that? I mean, this thing works great, but it's this big. 64 gigabytes. Gigabytes, big? Yeah, gigabytes. 64 gigabytes. So as I'm going through today's footage, I start noticing all this really washed out look. There's this haze, like a cross coming off of every single light, and I'm sitting there going, what's going on? Why is this looking so bad? And then I realize, oh, well, it's only on certain shots. What's the GoPro? The GoPro's broke, and let me show you what happened. Okay, so you can see that this corner here, the plastic somehow broke off. This is usually used in the little waterproof housing. This guy, it fits in here, right? I've always used it in here. There's been nothing. It's not like I'm throwing it around or doing anything with it, or I've snowboarded with it in the past, but I've never taken a spill, never done anything. And I just noticed on this last trip to Breckenridge during the summer, where we just walked around and I filmed it on a stick. Well, when I took the case off, a little piece there popped off, and since then it's just been cracking, and you can see into the camera there, and it's right above the lens. So I think that's my problem. If I can put a piece of tape on, yeah. I contacted GoPro support, but they said that if I don't have a receipt, they're not sure if they're going to be able to do anything for me. All I want is a new piece of plastic to cover that. That's all I want. I don't want to buy a whole new camera for something that still works, or would work if we could just cover that up. GoPro, don't do me wrong. I know you got a new camera out and I'm very interested in it, but I'd like to keep this one working too. Anyways, so I might not be using the GoPro until I can get it fixed after this. It just seems to be getting worse with every video and every time I shoot with it, which really sucks. I broke the micro SD card, like in half. You know how they stick out on the sides? Well, and then the USB's in the back, so I reached around to grab the USB to pull it out. The card seemed fine.
All I heard was a reach around.